I think that many musicians right now are like expressing their political views.
I'm going to go with Kendrick.
How recently he's released his new song. I would right now say Childish Gambino.
The Sex Pistols, and then from the Sex Pistols to like Rage Against the Machine.
Maybe Tupac or like NWA or something like that.
Just because This Is America is obviously very political and there's like overt political ideology in there, and I think it's amazing. But I think it's cool because it's not as like out there as some things. It's like something that you need to like look into the symbolism to get. So I think things like that are cool
because he's like doing the same sort of movement as Tupac in the way he represents black people and, you know, the awareness around certain struggles that they have in society.
From that you've got like Public Enemy in the US, which I think was great for, you know, the civil rights at the time, because there was a lot of conflict, which is still now. And like the new Childish Gambino video, I think that's a fantastic piece of work. It really kind of like emphasises how bad the state of America is at the moment.
I mean, I think they're all political.
My only answer would be hip-hop, because it's the only one I know about. The other two, grime, punk, have no idea.
I would say, I'm from London, so I think grime.
Plenty of political punk, thinking back to The Clash.
I think that all three are pretty political, but I would have to say punk.
I think they all got a lot of similarities, but I think it just depends on what, you know, demographic you're from within society.
But indirectly, I've listened to hip-hop through, family and friends who I know are really into it. And I know that it's probably has its own political charge associated with it, because it's heavily stereotyped.
A lot of them are expressing political like tensions within London, but also within the UK. So in terms of UK politics, grime, Stormzy people, for example, are really like expressing like racial tensions in London and beyond. And I think that's really important.
Because it's so inherently anti-establishment. That's kind of what punk is. That's like, it's so part of that kind of brand and that movement that I don't think you could really have a punk band or a punk song without it being political, because it's almost such a part of what makes punk punk, whereas I do think you could probably have a hip-hop song or a grime song that wasn't so overtly political.
Yeah, I think there's a place for that. I think music's, for me at least, the most powerful art form, and I think you can say a lot politically through music. So yeah, I kind of wish more artists, wherever they are politically, would say what they thought in their music.
Absolutely. I think that anybody with a platform to do so should use that as a platform for change, and that goes with music artists, actors, models, social media influencers. Anybody that has a platform to push for change should do so, otherwise we would have stayed stagnant for years and years and years.
Of course I do. I think music is a platform throughout history to deal with issues that are political, so yeah.
Yeah, I think anyone who has any sort of fan base, anyone who has any sort of like experience, or anyone who follows them should express political sentiment, because it's really important. It's really important to spread awareness of certain issues, and if anyone has any sort of platform to do that, then go for it, definitely.